What is going on, everybody? It is your boy, Desk of Pens, and today... Sorry, I am still getting over an illness, I swear. Anyway, today we are going over the Waterman Allure ballpoint pen. I just made a little, I guess, kind of review of its brother here. This nice Waterman Allure fountain pen. We will kind of bring that in and out of the video as we continue. But yeah, right now I just kind of want to break into this one. So first up, I really enjoy this thing's design, you know, so kind of like the fountain pen, the cap and I guess sort of the top half of the pen are pretty similar. If we kind of look down, we can see that this part right here, this sort of chrome circle is, you know, a little bit wider than the chrome circle on this one, but you know, still overall a cool design. You can definitely see the similarities and the relation between these Allure pens. Yeah. And so up here it's like boom, Waterman, France, and the clips are very similar. Okay, sorry. Wow, hang on. The pen is fine. Okay. Let's go into it. So we have this beautiful kind of chrome finish to it that I think is very, very cool. I very much enjoy it. I think it's very, very nice. It's very nice to grip. It kind of has this like tapered feel to it, and we will compare that a little bit to the Cap-O-Matic. Boom. You know, it's like the Cap-O-Matic might be a little bit thicker, but like the Allure is still a little bit taller, which is kind of cool. But anyway, okay. Still very, very nice. So yeah, let me get to some writing with it. Waterman, oh, right off the bat, just that that really smooth flow. Waterman Allure ballpoint pen. Oh yeah, this is good. Yeah, and I can hold it very comfortably at like a 45-degree angle, which is something that especially with ballpoint pens, because you can't do that with all of them. So when I can do that, that is really, really cool. Ballpoint pen in 1.0 millimeter. I will show you guys this thing's refill. It's kind of a tank. Very smooth. Very smooth. Very nice. Oh yeah. I love this. Okay. Yeah, so I think that this pen is just a really nice, very, you know, viable option. I got this thing on sale. I think I got it actually for like for like $10.99, whereas usually it'd be worth I think around $20. So I mean, I'm a lucky guy. Let me just say that much. Okay, so going into the structure, it's like you kind of got this chrome sort of like stainless steel look, and then you also have this beautiful refill, which is huge. It's really big. It's almost a Parker style refill, but then you got this sort of thing going on. It's got this blue and a little bit of an edging right there, which I think is interesting. Oops, sorry. Which I think is interesting. And yeah, overall, a very nice refill, very huge. It's just a big refill. Or I guess it's just kind of tall. Kind of just shocked me at like how tall it was. It was like, whoa, okay. Yeah, absolute tank of a refill. Oh, wait. And then, let's see, Waterman Paris. I guess it's called like an ISO refill or an HM doc, maybe. You can go to waterman.com, France, 1.0 medium. So, something to know about the Waterman brand is when they talk about medium point, they're talking about 1.0, which leads me to guess, and I'm talking about conical tips, which leads me to guess that with their fine point, they're probably talking about 0.7, which is nice, you know, and maybe they have an ultra fine point for those of you guys who are weirdly into that. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, so I mean, it's very, very cool. Another thing to know about my grip is that I actually saw on the pen Reddit, or maybe it was on our fountain pens, but they were asking like, oh, sorry guys, they were asking what kind of grip you do, and I do tripod, But then sometimes I do what's called lateral tripod, which is where your middle finger kind of comes out and sort of extends, and then you have to write like this basically. Whereas, you know, this is kind of what like a normal tripod looks like, you know. And the thing that I appreciate is that my natural grip, the grip that I want to write in, is just the tripod. I don't really want to go like this a whole lot. Sometimes I have to, and honestly, sometimes it's kind of fun. But, you know, whenever I just want to rest my hand and just write well, like this is what I want to do, just this right here. I don't want to have to extend it, if that makes sense, if you guys can kind of see that. It's like this versus this, right? Because it just kind of changes your angle of attack. And the thing about it is that usually ballpoint pens don't do well with that. You know, usually I have to take them and I have to hold them like this and just, you know, dig into my middle finger as I'm writing. But with this guy, I can completely just, you know, have my standard my standard tripod, and I can write very comfortably without getting any kind of without getting any sort of skips or any like scratchy feeling. You know, it can do it, and it's really nice. And I just did a little smear test for us. Not a lot of smearing, so that's super good. And then skip test, a little bit up near sort of the loops, but down below it's not too bad. So I mean, you know, this is kind of what the skip test is. You guys can do with that information what you will. Yeah, and overall just like a really great pen, like really nice. I personally am a very big fan of it. So much so I actually have plans to give this to a very good friend of mine, actually. Yeah, I've just kind of thought about it, and I'm like, hey, you know, this dude would actually enjoy this. So boom, let me just do that, and let me go like that. Highlighter test. Holds up very well. Wow. Maybe a little bit of smearing. Oh, wow. A little bit of smearing, but not a lot. So yeah, I mean, overall, this is just a really nice pen. Like the Waterman fountain pen, it again has that very noble sort of like, not minimalist, but a very, you know, kind of shore design to it, you know. And something else that I should point out actually is that, so, and I will do a review on this beautiful brass broken in Cap-O-Matic, is that like the Cap-O-Matic, it has this really cool feature where, you know, you have to press down on like the whole, you know, kind of clip half in order to deploy the pen. But that's really helpful for you, because when you're when it's in your pocket, it's like it's not gonna like press down and like accidentally deploy this thing. Whereas, you know, just an average click pen, that could very much happen, which is not very fun. And so yeah, and so that's something that I think is really nice about this design. I personally enjoy it. And, you know, again, you're gonna get that complaint of people who are like, oh, I want to click it like that. It's like, again, you click it like this, you do it like this. Yeah. And so yeah, I mean, overall, just a really sleek design that both of these companies have done very well. And so yeah, overall, this is just a really nice pen. I feel like I'm kind of beating a dead horse at this point. I think that, you know, the chrome finish is really nice. It's very nice to grip. It's a lot grippier than people would probably make it out to be, you know. So for those of you who are kind of on the fence about this, for those of you who are kind of curious about it but you're just not sure, honestly, I would say go for it. Like, honestly, the one thing that that I will knock this pen on is that this part right here is in plastic with something like a Parker Jotter, you know, kind of a similar design, or even a Fisher Space Pen Cap-O-Matic. Like, you wouldn't have to worry about that, because, you know, the plastic is going to wear down and break at some point. With that said, though, this plastic feels very strong, and it feels like pretty thick and stuff. Like, it's not poorly designed. It's not, you know, it's not meant to be some flimsy thing that breaks, so you have to go out and buy another one. So Will it last as long as a Capomatic or a Jotter? Honestly, I don't necessarily think so, but I think it'll still last you a long time, and I think it's something that you'll probably honestly be able to pass down to your son. Maybe just not your grandson, but who knows, you know? Who knows? Maybe I'm completely wrong on that. It could honestly just last a very, very long time. And overall, it's just a great pen, you know? So, I mean, I highly recommend it to those of you who want just a nice, noble Waterman pen, but, you know, you don't want to break the bank. This is one of the more economic options. It's very fun. I'm gonna be passing this on to to a friend of mine. He just absolutely deserves something like this, and he's a really cool dude. So anyway, yeah, that is the Waterman. I'm also gonna buy him a new refill. Waterman Allure ballpoint pen. Alrighty. This is Desca Pens signing off. Love you all. Bye.